A hatless Kit Derrick. Shocking, I know. But I thought if you could see my face, we could cover a serious topic, which comes up a lot on social media at the moment, which I may well write a blog post about. But there's a lot of anger out there, particularly from the writing community, about the use of AI in the writing process and the production process and the marketing process. There's a butterfly going around me at the moment, rather lovely. I'm not against AI, which may make me the pariah of society, or the writing society anyway. But I think there's a great misconception that people have about what it is, what it's for, and what it can actually do. Most conversations around AI aren't actually talking about artificial intelligence. They're talking about pieces of software which are designed to maximise your return to them, to collate information and are based on large language models or similar. So are predictors of what you want to hear next. They have no thought of their own. Similar to strategy games you might play on your computer, they're also designed to let you win, to give you what you want, which is why so many of these hallucinations do tend to occur. I think it's my own view is that AI is an incredibly useful tool if used correctly. Part of the reason for using it is to gather more information more effectively and efficiently to free up your time for writing. But the garbage in, garbage out rule does bring us back to the fact that it very much depends on what you, as a consumer, as a vendor, put into an AI engine if you expect to get useful results out. Engineering prompts is a business in itself, and a lot of people aren't aware that you can, for example, set either by number or by direct description that you want the AI model to be more factually accurate, or you want it to be inventive. You can ask it to broaden its search beyond the parameters that you directly ask, or you can ask it to confine itself to one particular area. When researching, as a kind of writer with a research background, I always try and make sure there are two independent sources verifiable for any facts, or any important facts that I use anyway. But what AI can be very good at is providing those potential links. So if I needed some information on 1960s road maps, for example, by constructing the correct prompts, I could get a list provided to me of all of the potential websites, routes, URLs, links, books, which could provide that information, which would save me a lot of manual searching. It's strange that many people many writers who are quite against AI are quite happy to use Google, not really recognising or admitting that there's very little difference in some cases. One hot topic at the moment is around the use of AI covers. I don't, generally speaking, tend to use AI for images for anything finalised, but I will use them for reference quite quickly, and I see no problem with this. It's not as though I'm actually taking the money out of anyone's hands. There's no way that I would have an artist here and ask him to draw me 10 different versions of a face with slightly bigger nose, eyes slightly further apart, just for reference so I could see what it would look like. It would end up costing me hundreds of pounds. It will be a slow process, and it wouldn't be particularly efficient or effective for me. In AI, I can put one of my descriptions in and see how it's visualized and how it looks, and anything I might have forgotten. So it's quite a handy tool for those purposes. It's not the same as creating an artwork or stealing an artwork from somebody. I fully agree that AI shouldn't be used for that or for writing, but I think as a tool, it's an incredibly valuable resource. As a man of a certain age, I do, to some degree regret the advancement of IT, which has brought the internet and all the benefits with it, but at the same time that's taken away the joy, the pleasure and the craft of research. But while we have gone down this route, the natural evolution is to follow more of an AI path, where these things are provided in a more compact and dynamic response. The one coda to that is, as I mentioned at the beginning of this piece, what you get out very much depends on what you put in and what you use it for. What we term AI for general usage is a tool. It can be very effective and can be very helpful, but also if it's misused, it can lead to awful results, and can ruin the reputation of AI itself. That's my 2 pence anyway.